Hello my stitchy friends, and welcome to Flosstube number 54. My name is Tracy. I am OG Stitchery here on YouTube and on Instagram. And today is Wednesday, October 5th, 2022. It's a really rainy, misty, very overcast day in the mid-50s. So it is perfect October, fall, Halloween weather. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. So, and it is also, for those that care, StitchCon Invoice Day. So excited. I have not received my invoice as of filming, but I am hopeful. I know that unfortunately there was an issue, technical issue with a website and things like that. So so invoices have been going out a little bit slowly, but Stephanie is on the job and taking care of things. So I'm not going to bother her, not going to stress about it, just going to let things happen and see what happens. There we go. All right, so thank you so much for clicking play. I appreciate it. Thanks so much to my returning viewers and to my new viewers. I definitely appreciate you coming and watching. I know that there are thousands of Flosstubers out there that you can watch, and so I definitely appreciate the time that you take to watch me. So thank you. All right, so I start out my floss tubes with acquisitions. Over the past week, I have been to my local LNS, Stitch New England in North Attleboro. The owner, Pam, there is a dear friend, and I always love going there. And of course, I had to pick up a few things. So let me show you. So I have seen this a few times, and she had it in the shop, so I had to pick it up. So this is Tiny Modernist, That 70s Kitchen. There's a large design, and then there's a mini bell pull. And at first glance, you would think that the mini bell pull is basically just taking some motifs out of here, right? And then just putting it into a little banner bell pull kind of thing. Oh, no. These are very different designs than this. So just look closely. I'll hold it up for a second. So you can see in the bell pull that there's like cabinets, there's like an oven and shelves, and then there's canisters that are not included in the large pattern. So so excited. I really like this. I really like the colors. So yeah, that'll be fun. And then I picked up September by the Cricut Collection for my collection, because I haven't started any of them. And then I picked this up. It's by the Twin Peak Primitives, and it's called Silent Phantoms of the Night. And it is huge. But I really like it. I don't know if I'm going to do it all as one piece. You know me, I like to take little pieces out and do them individually. So the main reason why I bought this is not the house, actually, is the poem, the little saying. I really like that saying. So I might just do the saying with the two cats and maybe like the top and bottom border, and then I might do the house separately at a later date. We'll see. To be determined. But I really liked it, so I had to pick it up. And then I was the recipient of a D-Stash collection, I guess you could say. Missy of Two Needles Pulling Thread was doing a bit of D-Stash. And so she announced that she had a bunch of 16 count Ada that she was needing to, I don't want to say get rid of, but needing to de-stash, get it, you know, whatever. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Anyway, I picked some out. I got a lot, and I love them so much. It was so much fun going through them. She even threw in a couple of pieces that she hand dyed herself. So like, where's one? This. So how fun is that? So I got some Picture This Plus. I got a little bit of doubloon. I got some BStitch Me and XG Designs. So anyway, I got a big stack of fabric. I love it. Thank you, Missy. All right. Although it was a D-Stash thing, so I did pay for it, but thank you. I love it. All right, so that brings me to WIPs. Because it is October, which means that it is Octoberstartaton, which I am doing from last year. And will continue to do this as long as I cross stitch because I love it. I have a few WIPs that I'm working on. So the first one is the Wary Approach, and this is the leftover from September. This was a WIPGO goal. So I'll show you somewhere around here the previous progress. Like I said, this was a WIPGO goal for September. I wanted to spend 5 days on it, and I did. And if you watched me last week, you will notice, or you will remember that I, on camera, realized I had done a mistake, or I had made a mistake, where I stitched the evergreen tree with 2 strands of floss when it was supposed to be 1 strand of floss, and because it was part of the background. So I frogged all of it out and I restitched it, and here is my progress. And I have to say, it does look better with 1 strand of floss. It looks so good. Yeah, I love it. And it's coming along really good. So I have hopes of finishing this year, but it's not going to happen. I know it's not going to happen. So I need to let that go. And yeah, so I really need to get back to it though. All right. So that brings me to October 1st. And brings me to my board. Yay! I love this board. So, if you will remember from last week, this is my October board, my Octoberstartaton. I'm going to be redoing this once I get the materials because I want it to look similar to what Brenda does. Brenda is a Flosstuber, and her handle is Handworkmaniac. And she has a magnetic board, kind of like a whiteboard, I guess, with strips of tape, magnetic tape, that she writes her WIPs on. And so she's able to move them and reposition them in whatever category she wants. And right now, I'm just using Post-it notes and pieces of paper that are taped. And this board is getting a little bit flimsy, so need to rethink all that. Anyway, last year I had a new start every day of the month of October. And this year I'm going to continue with my Octoberstartaton, but only have a new start where there is a finish. So October 1st, I started 2 charts last year. One was the collectors, which I did not work on this year. And the other one was the Last Stitch Cemetery, which is a SAL, a stitch along that I'm doing with Chris of BosStitchers and Kristen of our stitching group on Saturdays. And Kristen has already finished hers. Chris, you need to get started on yours, or not started, but continue working. So also, I'll just go ahead and show you the rest of the week. The third was Snail Slime. And no, the second, sorry. The second was Snail Slime by Hands On Design. The third was Bat Crazy. Yeah, Bat Crazy by Stony Creek Collections. I did finish that last year, or earlier this year, actually. So I had a new start, 9 lives, which you'll see. And then on the 4th was Plague Nurse by Night Stitch Studio. Night Witch? I don't remember. Anyway, Night something Studio. Anyway, I did not finish that, so I worked on that yesterday. And then today is the 5th. So there we go. So that brings me to Last Stitch Cemetery by Hindsight. I did work on this last month because it was a WIPGO goal. So I'll show you my progress there. And then here is, or from last week, and then here is my progress to date. You can kind of see the highlighted letters in cemetery. It does go all the way to the Y, although you can't really see that here. But anyway, there's my progress. It's looking pretty good. I am done with this for now. I don't know if I will. I'm not sure if I'll work on this again this year. I might, but it's not called for. It's not going to be called for. So I don't know. We'll see. All right, that brings me to my next WIP, which is what I call Salem Houses, but it's called Sawan in Salem, and it's by Hemlock and Rye. And I have some progress on it because I've been working on it. This is an unofficial SAL with Jane of BosStitchers. She had brought this in on one of our stitching groups, Stitching Saturday stitchy groups, and I instantly fell in love. She had to tell me where it was and how to get it, and I got it right then and there, and I told her, I said, when I get it, it's going to be a SAL. And she said, well, I already started. I said, I don't care. It's going to be a SAL. So we're stitching along together, and she is way ahead of me. So far ahead of me. She has her red house completely done, I think. But here's my progress. I really like this, but it is a lot of stitching. A lot of stitching. I have done a few conversions. The red is supposed to be, it's called for Williamsburg red or just Williamsburg. I'm not sure. But I'm using Classic Colorworks Red Currant. Sorry. Blocked out there. And then in the roof, I'm using charcoal, I think. Weeks Dye Works charcoal. So anyway, that is my progress, and I will continue to work on it for the month of October, not the entire month, because it is a WIPGO goal. So I want to work 5 days on it. But don't tell Jane, because she'll probably pull hers out and work on hers, and she'll get ahead of me even more. So I want to beat her. It's not a competition, I know. All right, the next WIP that I have is actually a new start. This is for the 4th, I believe, when I finished Bat Crazy last year. So this is a new start. And it is called 9 Lives by Twisted Willow. It is not going to focus, is it? There it goes. Anyway, this is 9 Lives, and this is found in the Just Cross Stitch magazine Halloween issue of 2022. And I'm stitching this on 18 count Jody fabric from Steel City Stitchers. I am in her Floss Club, her Fabric of the Month Club, not Floss Club. And here's my start. It is not ironed at all, as you can see, but you know, whatever. So there's my start. Really cute little start, but it is done for the year. I will probably be working on this at some point next year, but it is done for now. And then my last WIP is Night Spirit Studio. That's what it's called. Night Spirit Studio Plague Nurse. This was a complimentary chart. Here's the website. There we go. And I am stitching this on 18 count Stitch Me fabric called Honey. It's either honey or peanut. I can't remember. But here is my progress. Here we go. So that is done for the year. I won't be working on that again. I love it. I want to get it done, but I'll wait until next year. There's too many things I want to work on. All right. So, oh, crud. I forgot to grab it. I had a finish. Yes. I had a finish, and I don't know where I put it. So hold please. And I'm back. I had to go looking for it. So I had a finish. This is Snail Slime by Hands On Design. And if you are familiar with this, then you will recognize a few changes. I had some problems counting, I guess you could say. But I made it my own. It is mine. No one else's is going to look exactly like mine. So anyway, there it is. That's my finish. I stitched this on 18 count Mad Hatter by Ship's Manor. And I started it on, believe it or not, I started it on October 2nd and finished it on October 2nd, a year apart. So there we go. There's my finish. Really like it. So there we go. All right, so that brings me to plans. I am going to continue with my Octoberstartaton. I love it so much. I'm having a blast with it. I am also incorporating a few hashtags. I follow, I don't think anyone else does, but I'm doing the Octoberstartaton hashtag. But I'm also adding to or including hashtag 13 Stitches of Halloween, which is hosted by Athena of Stitching Goddess Designs. And it's pretty much do whatever you want with the number 13 and stitches for October. So if you want 13 new starts, if you want to spend 13 minutes, 13 hours, you want to stitch 13 stitches on 13 projects, whatever you want to do. So there we go. And I'm also using the hashtag Dark October Stitching. I think that's what it's called. Or maybe it's just, yeah, Dark October. And that is a hashtag that is used by Emily C. of, eclectic something. Totally went out of my head. I'll put her information on the screen as well as link her down below. She just put out a great Flosstube, and I like watching her. So anyway, I'm using that hashtag. So I think that's it. Dark October Stitching. That's what it is. All right. Also, I have my WIPGO goals for October. So I'm going to be working on that throughout the month. And I think that's it for October. I also want to mention that a video was released yesterday of Pam of Stitching in the Land of Good Enough, where she gives out the first official bit of information about Stitch New England Retreat in 2023. I am so excited about this retreat. I'm so happy. It's going to be such a great time. It is one of those come and stitch retreats. There's no class. There's no designers coming unless they want to come. But it's just going to be a bunch of stitchers getting together and having a great time for 2 days. I will put the information down below in the description box. I will link her video. But it is October 13th and 14th of 2023. And it is the Stitch New England Retreat. And it's going to be a great time. So I hope you keep your calendars open. If you're interested, make sure you check out that video. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I will pass them along to Pam, or you can ask her. So there we go. And then, as I mentioned, today is StitchCon invoice day. As of filming, I have not received my invoice yet, but I am hopeful. So that brings me to what's coming up next. This just in. But not really, because it's stuff that happened in history a long time ago. The week of October 3rd through October 9th. October 3rd, 1995. O.J. Simpson was found not guilty of murder in one of the most sensational trials in U.S. history. In 1990, the reunification of East and West Germany occurred. In 1961, the Dick Van Dyke Show debuted. In 1960, the Andy Griffith Show debuted. And in 1922, the first fax was sent over the telephone. 1922. October 4th, 2004, WikiLeaks is launched. 1987, The Last Emperor premieres at the Tokyo Film Festival. Now, normally I don't talk about films that are released or premiered or whatever. Most of the time, there are actually two of them in this little report, I guess. But I wanted to mention The Last Emperor because it is probably in the top 5 movies of all time, of my favorites. I love that movie. 1957, Sputnik 1, the first artificial satellite, is launched by the Soviet Union. 1883, the Orient Express began service. In 1582, the Gregorian calendar was introduced. In 1535, the complete first English Bible was printed. October 5th, 1970, PBS began broadcasting. In 1969, Monty Python's Flying Circus debuted. In 1962, Dr. No, the first movie in the James Bond series, debuted. In 1947, Harry Truman makes the first presidential address on television. October 6, 1927, The Jazz Singer premiered in New York City, introducing sound to motion pictures for the first time. October 7th, 1996, Fox News Channel is created. 1944, the Dumbarton Oaks Conference concluded. In this, the UN organization was formulated. In 1919, KLM Royal Dutch Airlines was established, making it the oldest existing airlines to date. 1826, the Granite Railroad, the first chartered railroad in the U.S., began service. In 1765, the Stamp Act Congress convened and created the rights and grievances of the American colonies. October 8, 2001, the Office of Homeland Security is established. In 1945, the microwave oven is patented by the U.S. inventor Percy Spencer. And in 1871, the Great Chicago Fire began, lasting 2 days and devastating a large portion of the city. On September 9, 2004, Afghanistan held its first public election. In 1936, the Hoover Dam began generating electricity. In 1926, NBC is created. And in 1888, the Washington Monument is opened to the public. And this has been your moment in history. So yay! Thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked This Week in History. And I hope you liked the video. If you are new and you haven't yet, please consider subscribing and telling your friends about me if you like me. If you don't tell anyone. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate the time that you spend with me, and I hope you have a great day, the rest of your day, and have a great week stitching, and I will see you next week.